Hi, I'm Dr. Stephen Todd, and I'm your professor for the upcoming Christian Worldview class here at the King's University. Let me just tell you, it's such an honor to be your professor and be with you guys over these next 7 weeks. Well, as a thumbnail just about me, I live in Colorado Springs, and you're in my basement here. This is what I've jokingly called my man cave. It's my study in the basement, and I'm going to give you a real quick 360 view of it. You will notice that I've got a lot of books, and I have a few instruments hanging on the wall as well. That's because I actually started out in Southern California. I grew up in the Los Angeles area, and I was part of the Jesus movement. And I started out as a worship leader many, many years ago, before I ever thought about theology and pursuing higher education and those kinds of things. But many years ago, I was the associate pastor of a very large church in the Southern California area, and kind of cut my teeth in ministry there. And then from there, they sent me off to Colorado, initially Denver, where I was served as the associate pastor of a large church. And then they sent me down here to Colorado Springs, where I planted a vineyard congregation. I was part of the Vineyard Fellowship churches and a pastor there for many, many years. Did pastoral ministry. And then about 20 years ago, I actually transitioned out of my senior pastorate into a mission role, where I began going to Africa and training pastors and leaders there. I'm still doing that. In fact, I have now been to Africa 47 times, and just love the opportunity to minister to these people and encourage them and equip them. But then, I think it was 2005, when I finished my doctorate, which is in the area of missiology, missions, basically. In missiology, I was asked by TKU to come on as an adjunct professor. And so I began teaching some classes. And then in 2014, January 2014, I was approached by the president of TKU at the time and asked if I would consider becoming the director of the Colorado Extension Campus for TKU. And I did that for 3.5 years. It was an absolutely incredible experience. It was so much fun. I enjoyed every moment of it. Sadly, in the summer of 2017, TKU made the appropriate decision to disband their extension campus model and just have the single campus at Southlake and switch to a much more robust online capacity. And that's the way many, many schools and universities are going these days. And so one of the deans approached me and asked if I would consider continuing on with TKU as an adjunct professor and teach some online courses. Well, I had never taken an online course in my life. I had never taught an online course in my life. So they worked with me, they helped me, and oh my gosh, it was a little rough at first, but it's been several years now, almost 3 years, 2.5 years, since I've been teaching online courses, and I'm kind of getting the hang of it. But I'll tell you right now that sometimes I run into a few little technological glitches, so I'm telling you up front, if something is not evident, like, the portal or a place to put an assignment, or there's a problem with a date or some kind of a mismatch, please just let me know right away. That would be the best thing, and I'll try to go and fix it, because sometimes from one semester to another they kind of import the existing syllabus and what have you, and there's sometimes just a little bit of a mismatch. So we'll do whatever we need to do. I'm not worried about that at all, and I hope you don't worry about it at all. So this class, I did not design this class, but I'm happy to inherit it, because I think we can make it a great learning opportunity for you guys. And so a couple of things real quick I want to say. First of all, I am a grace guy. So I want you to feel free to contact me if there's some issues going on, or some work's going to be late or something like that. Just let me know. Just communicate, because more often than not, I am going to gladly grant you grace. Okay, so just don't even hesitate. Just say that this is what's going on, and don't abuse it, of course. But if something's going on, then I want to be able to help you. I really do. Secondly, is I do something that I started actually when I first started online classes a number of years ago, that I call Monday Morning Expectations. And it's a short little video, 3 minutes long, thereabouts, 3.5, 4 minutes at the most, where I talk about that week and what the expectations are, what the assignments are, what things we're going to be looking at. And I really encourage you to watch that, because in that, I'm going to just tell you kind of the quick, simple version of what you need to look at and do for that week. Beyond that, most every week, I'm going to have a short little video. It's either going to be a video interview that I've done with somebody. I've got several of those for this class, or a video link that I'm going to give you of something I just feel will be really helpful. And that little video will inform and lead one of the discussion questions. There will be 2 discussion questions every week. And one will be from that video, and the other one will be from one of the texts, okay? And so that's one of the grades in the class, is the discussion threads. And we just hope that you're robust. I'll tell you this right now. I lean towards giving full credit for participation in the discussion threads. I'll read them all, I'll jump in, I'll interact back and forth with you. But I'm not going to really worry about word count. I'm not really worrying about grading your grammar in a discussion post. I just want to see polite, respectful, but nonetheless robust discussion back and forth throughout our class. That's where we're going to get to know each other, and really I feel that that makes this more like a face-to-face class environment. Okay, so that's the first thing, is the discussion threads. And so there's 2 written assignments, and you'll see in the syllabus. One is a every other week little paper based on your readings in the C.S. Lewis text. Okay. And that one, it says 4 pages. I'll tell you right now, 3 to 4 pages is fine. Double spaced, of course. If it's 3.5 pages or 3.25 pages, that's fine. Don't worry about that. Just a little reflection paper. And the first one will be due in a couple weeks. And I'll talk very specifically about it next week in my weekly expectations video. But you'll have those 4 short little written assignments staggered every other week. And then on those other weeks, the off weeks, you're going to have on the 4 different other weeks, you're going to have a journal entry, and that only needs to be 1 page, double spaced, 200, 250 words, and we'll have some prompts for that as well. And you're just communicating kind of what you're thinking about the subject of the week, and we'll have an opportunity to turn those in. Probably I'm going to bunch them up a little bit and have you turn them in maybe every other week or something like that. I'll put that on the in the portal. Don't worry about it. Nothing's going to be due this week, okay? So don't worry about that. And so you've got the 2 different written assignments, the reflection papers on Lewis, the 3 of them, the 4 little short 1-page journal entries by the end of the class. So this isn't an extraordinarily difficult course in terms of coursework, but I would really like to see some thoughtful, critical thinking, some robust discussions back and forth, and we're going to have just a wonderful time. I look forward to seeing you guys in class, and I am honored to be a part of this journey with you.